Hello everyone. I've been very inconsistent with the videos, and I apologize for that. I'm gonna try to get really reined back in. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I've slipped in that area. Not just posting these, but my Bible reading has taken a little bit of a fall, and so I apologize for that to everyone that's listening, because there's people out there that really rely on these to get their day started, or to keep their day going, whatever the case may be. And I'm really sorry for slipping everyone there. But they will be in Psalm chapter 94 and verse number 18. When I said my foot slippeth, thy mercy, O Lord, held me up. And so I sent this verse out to all my friends and different groups and things like that. And so I'm not going to take credit for what I'm going to say here. This is all one of my good friends. His name's Thomas Austin. So shout out to him if he's listening. It says, when I said my foot slippeth, thy mercy, O Lord, held me up. And he said, it reminds me of the story of Peter. And so I really just wanted to focus. I'm not going to go to the reference, but I really encourage you, if you have time, to really look into this story yourself. But, Peter walks on the water. Jesus calls out to him. Peter walks on the water, and he's focused on the Lord. But when he takes his eyes off of him, he begins to slip. He begins to sink, but the Lord does hold his hand out and keep him from completely drowning. There's a lot of different stories that can come out of that. Number one, obviously, focus on the Lord. When the storms of life get tough, and they're going to, it's important that we focus on the Lord and focus on his things. But also be thankful for the fact that God's mercy is enough to keep us from drowning. Jesus, held his hand out and kept Peter from drowning. Thank him for that. Even when we fail him, even when we take our eyes off of him, and we experience the consequences for that, the Lord is still merciful enough to keep us from completely drowning. And what a blessing that is. Well, how amazing our God is, that he is merciful enough to do that. Because it could be very easy. It would have been very easy for Jesus in that situation to be like, well, Peter didn't keep his eyes on me, so I'm just going to let him drown. That could have been easy for him to do. But instead, he held his hand out and he kept him from drowning. What an amazing thing that is. Be thankful today for God's mercy and how merciful he is. Our life is just such a big evidence of that in every way. So I thank you for listening. I hope this is really an encouragement to you, to really just focus on God's mercy and how amazing it is. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time.